gonna tell me? You're gonna tell me how to do the list?
Eat a burger.
Eat a
and
burger.
Put
Put
it to rest.
Do it.
Now we know. Daddy's at the law firm until 8 hours, and Davey's watching XXX down in the fucking basement.
Get that out of my face. Will you punch the burger?
I'm going to throw it.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes. Yeah, we changed it. We're back up.
Come on.
You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. You got a lot of Bobby Knight in you. We've seen him 2 places.
All right, happy Valentine's Day. February 14th, Healthy Debate, another episode of Healthy Debate. Wanted to tell you that this episode is brought to you by DraftKings. Hey, fight fans, are you ready for the ultimate showdown this week at UCF 298 where battles will be fought and champions will be crowned? Join me in the action by letting me know your picks for this fight. I've teamed up with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get a no-sweat bet. If your first bet loses, get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet up to $1,000. Sign up by using my promo code RICO, RICO. The crown is yours. DraftKings, I also want to say follow Jack Mack or take a look at Spitting Backfist on all platforms. Jack Mack and Ev on their social and Twitter. Give them a follow on Twitter. Very, very good in terms of information and stuff like that. I find myself going to them as well in terms of UCF. But the DraftKings betting group is where I'm giving a lot of stats. There's ways to interact with us. Take a look at our picks. It's all organized there. Dave's pick, Megan's pick, Big Cat's, Ev's. Everybody's in line getting those picks. So we have a lot of stats to interact with in those groups. They're exclusively in the groups. One of them tonight involves Colgate, minus the 18.5. I think the difference there is the 3-point line. And where's the second one? It was offensive rebounding in Belmont and Southern Illinois in terms of rebounding. So check out the DraftKings app. The betting group, the Barstool betting group, is where you can get exclusive stats and stuff like that. I'm trying to interact with as many people as possible. You got people asking questions. You can take a look at our stuff. So shout out to DraftKings. Off to a very hot start with the free throw competition, which I guess we'll get to in the second half. You got anybody lined up, Phil?
Yes.
All right, so we'll open that up with that. Super Bowl, obviously, we haven't touched on that since yesterday. We did the pre-recorded. We knew Monday we would be in the thick of it. Really not surprising, if you ask me. Like, close game, who's got the ball? I'm going against Brock Purdy, and I have Patrick Mahomes catching 2 points. I'm in a really good spot. Until they get derailed, it's the Chiefs thing, and I like the dynasty. I think Mahomes is one of the most likable guys out there. Kelsey's a little much at times. Today, the karaoke was wild. He didn't know the words. He's holding the phone. They had to pull him away. But until it's the Chiefs until the Chiefs. I thought we're in the golden age of Super Bowls. I said that. Dave said that. I think on the rundown, I said it on Healthy Debate. It's very true. We talked about it on Pick Central. For 10, 15 years growing up, there was garbage. We are now in every year is delivering. It's an all-time type of Super Bowl. So great one the other night, obviously. And here we go. Chiefs off to the races. I think you should go on DraftKings and take a look at the Chiefs for next year. Plus 750. Because when games matter, they will never be that big of a dog. So you'd be holding that future forever throughout the season. But you're holding the Chiefs in a game that matters at plus 750. I'm on UNC Greensboro tonight. Minus the 5.5. I'm going to take a shot with the Sharks plus 350 in hockey. Both those games decided by 1 goal. They actually won 1 goal. It's a major line in that. And I'm going to take the Nuggets minus the 5 after getting belt to ass from Pat Bev and the boys in Milwaukee. I think Denver bounces back at home against Sacramento. So I really feel good about the card today. Let's open it up, Phil. Get some calls. Second quarter here.
Nate from Charlotte, you're on.
Hey, Rico, long-time listener, first-time caller. Had a healthy debate for you. You're a high school basketball athlete. Starting your seniors on senior night, is it a must? You're going up against your rival. It's the last regular season game of the year. Seeding's on the line. But you got boys in your program 3 or 4 years that have put their blood, sweat, and tears in there, want to start their senior night. I'm going to hang up and listen. Thanks, man.
So I like this. This is a good call. This is what we wanted on this program. Starting is hard if you're just going to take him out. At that point, if you're going to feature him in a 2 to 4 minute span, maybe work him into the game, into the flow of the game. Like, there's a dead spot, not a lot of points. You put in your defensive stopper, or you put in a kid who can just huck it up. I don't know if I would start him, but I definitely play him. I lean towards the starting, but it feels like you just pull him out after 35, 40 seconds. So at that point, it's like, did you really start? I think working him into the mix. No, you know what? Fuck that. Start 5 for sure. Usually, if there's more than 5, they got to be worked into the game. Everybody should play. So, yeah, pro start him. Playing a rival is tough on senior night. I told this story on Bench Mob a while ago. A lot of people in, like, the younger ages are getting soft. Phil, they don't have senior night in their last home game. They rig it and set it up, like, in the middle of January where they're playing kind of a team that they know they can beat. Why is that? Your senior night should always be your last home game. Just because it's a tougher game, that's your last home game, senior night. They do senior night in the middle of January. They got 4 more home games. A lot of it's like schedule-based. You know, like on a Saturday night, people can bring pizzas and the snacks and whatever for the reception. But I think that's kind of a soft move. Phil just nods as he sits there. You got anything on that?
No, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's soft. It's soft. We lost my senior night, 8th grade. Like, it is what it is. So that's how it should go. What's the next one?
We got Fitz from Cincy.
Yo, what up, Rico? Long time no
What's up?
talk, I guess, my guy. Healthy debate. I have a bit of a left-wing friend, and I know we're a no-politics program, so I'll keep it brief. And it's not about politics. But he was saying that, because I brought up, I was like, I don't want to vote for someone that can't ride a bike, Joe Biden. And he was saying that he also thinks that Trump can't ride a bike. And I said, dude, I would take out, like, half my student loans to bet that Trump could ride a bike.
Maybe
he
if
plays
it's
golf every day, Rico.
Yeah, but he cheats. It's one of those.
That doesn't matter. He's still walking around. Dude, Biden's falling off plane stairs like 3
I
times.
think it might be one of those things that it's like don't see, don't tell. Maybe DT can't ride a bike. We just haven't seen him try.
Also, they're both over 70.
Yes, they're very old.
They're
I would probably say. I don't know if he can. I think he could probably tell you he could ride the Tour de France. But I don't know how much he's really zipping around the bike. Now, I don't think he'd fall off.
Right. No. That's
Also,
kind of
the old adage, I rode a bike,
That's where I'm
like
coming
a real bike, you know, like in the last couple of summers. But I think 2 summers ago, I started for the first time in like 10 years.
Like a beach cruiser? Or?
Yeah, that old thing of like it's as easy as riding a bike. You forget a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't get as swift with the no brake, the automatic brake, stopping as you were when you were 11. I also get kind of scared turning. I used to be able to turn on a dime. Yeah, like I was pretty good. Now I'm like, you get a little older, you don't want to fall in front of people.
I like to imagine Trump as like a very skilled Segway guy, like just putting it into full motion, stopping on a dime, spinning around at Mar-a-Lago. I like that idea.
All right, how about this too? We're very much like take one idea and then start riffing off of it. Healthy debate. Should all these people for the what do they call them, Phil? Primaries?
Primaries, yeah.
Should there be a combine?
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Should there be a combine?
A competency combine.
No, athletic combine.
Athletic combine?
Yeah.
That too, but athletic combine.
Like the Billy Madison combine, academic decathlon?
That, but just straight up athletics as well. You're telling me you wouldn't want to see like, I don't know, give me one of the names. Nancy Pelosi doing a vert jump in the middle of a fucking gym?
RFK's not going to be in it, but Nancy Pelosi would be very funny.
In the middle of a gym, jumping? All right, she got 15-inch vert.
She got.
Now, what does that have to do with politics? Nothing. But the high entertainment content of that. Can you imagine the TikTok reactions that Jack Mac would have off of that?
Insane.
The blogs, unbelievable. Or like maybe it crosses over and you got Mad Dog going, how would you vote for her? She got a 15-inch vert. She's a liability. You see her 40 times? He just starts screaming and shit. It has no relevancy.
Be what the media coverage is of, like
it would be, yeah. I think we need a combine for politics. Rumble chat. I know the chat hates me. The chat's bad. Let me know what the Rumble chat says about that. A politics combine. We could probably pull them up a little bit too. The chat. We'll get to them in the second half.
We'll get to them once they get tired.
Chat was a lot. Phil, give me the next one.
from Jersey.
All right.
Rico, how you doing?
Good. What's going on?
All right. Quick point before my healthy debate. On the Sharks, Jets.
Okay.
I'm worried about your Sharks pick. The Sharks haven't played since January 31st. They had the All-Star break, and then they had like a week off after. So they haven't played a game in almost 3 weeks. That's why the juice is so high on that.
Yeah, but off means you're rested as well. But why did they get an extra week off after the break?
It's something the NHL started doing like a couple of years ago. Like every team will get like an extra like rest like throughout the season. The Rangers had one right before the All-Star break, and the Sharks got one. They just got luck of the draw. They got it right after.
Yeah, I mean, so they're rested.
So,
listen, both games decided by 2-1. It could be 9-0.
Yeah.
Could be 9-0 Jets. They're obviously a big favorite for the reason. But I'm gonna take a shot here with the Sharks, and I like mixing in mixing in hockey every once in a while. You know, it's not bad to watch one game a night here and there. The playoffs I'm all in on the playoffs. We're gonna get
it's coming.
Phil, mark it down. We're gonna get a Stanley Cup future this year.
Ooh.
Like end of March after the tournament, or in those breaks in the 3 days when I'm like really upset and depressed in between the games. Me and you are gonna crunch the numbers. We're going to get a Stanley Cup future.
I'll absolutely call in and give my 2 cents on it, Rico.
All right,
Big
we're going to go
hockey
get
guy
one.
over here.
I got close a couple years ago with the Stars.
Are you going to consult anyone, like Elio maybe?
Yeah, Whitney. Whitney has given me guys.
Merlin.
It's actually right around the time I think we're going to be doing something. It hasn't been announced, but we're going to be doing something where I would see Whitney again in person in April. So I think maybe that's the time when I can try and get something on the books.
Yeah, I'd like that. I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Sounds like electric content.
Yeah, exactly. So
Gotta make sure it's a content.
All right, my healthy debate.
Yeah.
Healthy debate. 90s movie crushes. Are you taking Jennifer Love Hewitt or are you taking Tara Reid? Go.
Two different things, man. It's one of those like,
Tara Reid's
who do
kinda
I want to
skanky.
bring home to mom? And it's Jennifer Love Hewitt.
100%.
100%.
Jennifer
The
Love
old
Hewitt.
American, like she don't even really try and show it. She's obviously beautiful, but she's dressed like that perfect in the movie. But man, something about being under the sheets with Tara Reid just
Smoking a
one
cig
time.
after, you know
Just
she's
one
like a
time,
already.
dude. Just one time. So I think it's lust for Tara Reid, crush for Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I think that's fair. She also like her.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. I mean,
Tara Reid's
Tara
American
Reid
Pie
would
was
be-
before she like got crazy.
Tara Reid would be perfect for a weekend wedding like down the shore.
Yeah, you're +1.
And you roll in,
yeah.
and it's like the scene in Casino when they see Ginger for the first time, and she's got the tight pants, and she's just fucking racked out, and Pesci goes, Jesus Christ, H, what have you been doing out here? Like, she's fucking lights out. You brought Tara Reid sight unseen to a fucking wedding. Oh, man. People, like, summer dress, hanging out, a lot of drinks. Maybe you go down on a Thursday to theme night as well. Wake up Friday at the beach. She's tan. Tara Reid. My cousin used to party with Tara Reid, too. Book Tara Reid, Phil. Reach out. I'd love to get Tara Reid on the show.
From the Health Debate account.
Would love to get Tara Reid on the show. Yeah, I think but Jennifer Love Hewitt is the perfect like girl next door. That's literally what it is. So, healthy debate. We're going with that. Phil, give me one more for halftime.
This guy called in the Pick Central, Daniel Jones from Chicago.
Okay.
You know it's not Daniel Jones. Come on, it's Nicky C.
What's up?
How you doing, fellas?
What's going on?
Hey, is Jet Ski in the booth?
Yes.
I am.
How you doing, legend?
I'm good. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great. Hey, a little birdie just told me Ryan Holland to DePaul. Hey, not to DePaul. Just got that mixed up. My bad. Ryan Holland to Ohio State. Done deal.
Ryan Holland to Ohio State. Yeah, you got to say the name right. You're saying Holland.
Seal delivered.
Exactly. No, listen.
Highland,
I don't know
fault.
who Ohio State's gonna go with. A lot of names.
You know what I did? You know what I did today, Bosco? I was feeling a little fired up. I sent Clay Travis. Hey, go fuck yourself, Clay Travis, from the Riders.
Yeah.
Say go fuck yourself.
No matter what I say. All right, thanks, Nick.
Hey, last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I'm setting up Nikki's 50-50 for the weddings. I'm going to start my own business. I'm young, entrepreneur. You gave me the idea. I'm going to start Nikki's 50-50. If you got any weddings, let me know, all right?
That girl who called in, I think that's the one where we could start.
That would be a
Okay, yeah, let's start. Nikki's 50-50. We run it. You could go on remotes. Do whatever you need. Nikki's 50-50.
Nikki, if you get a lead where you can actually do one at a wedding, tell us, and we'll make a documentary-style short about it and kind of the inner workings of it.
A little Wedding Crashers documentary style. Jet ski on the producing.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not going to crash the wedding. We're going to clear it with the people. We're going to see how we can make this, get some steam as a event.
Okay, all right. I'd love to be a part of it. We'll stay in touch.
Sounds good.
All right, see you.
All right.
See you later.
I do think we should document JB. Book Tara Reid. We're live, but real quick, book Tara Reid for next week.
Who?
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid?
Yeah, Tara Reid.
Is she in town?
No, but just figure it out.
Okay,
Thanks, JB.
Bye.
Yeah, we should. That documentary would work. Us four idiots in the corner. Duke somehow screwing up the math.
Yeah.
Being like telling people the pot's 4,500. It's really like 360. Like that could work. Us meeting, we do it full on. We meet with the bride and groom and be like, we're going to be discreet. No one's going to know. There's not even going to be a sign. You're going to have to like kind of ask when we come over.
And the guests have to fish us out. That would be funny, having like a eagle eye cam and like people just like whispering and finding us in the corner. Like, we heard you the guys running the 50-50.
Yeah, you the guys running the 50-50. Yeah, it's not a big box. There's no signs. That documentary could work for sure. We meet with them and be like, and they'll be like, you're only entitled to one meal. You have to split it between the four of you. Phil fighting over what piece of the salmon he gets. Do we get chicken? Do we get salmon? Healthy debate. Do you want any of the asparagus? Do I lie and say I'm allergic to spinach, which I've done before because I don't want it on my plate because I hate it?
A wedding review series would be hilarious. Like, you obviously would need permission to film, but like if you could just make that like a series where you just go to different people's weddings and you give them an unbiased review afterwards, ooh, that could hit.
It could be good. Plus, we're on the road a lot of hotel rooms, a lot of naps. Book it. Sell us on it. I want to go to that one girl who calls in that wedding, but
anybody go to an Indian wedding. They look lit.
Anybody who's down for us to go to a wedding, we're going to start the series, I guess, in April. That's when it, like we got a month and a half to figure it out. So, speaking of advertisers or, doing the right thing and home runs, Fitbod. The essential your workout really needs is Fitbod. It's a fitness app that creates completely personalized workouts that adapt as you improve. Whether you are a seasoned gym goer or just starting your fitness journey, Fitbod will push you to make progress. It's like having your own personal trainer, but better. It's cheaper. You can work out anytime, anywhere, with or without equipment, and it's easy to build a custom fitness plan that works for you. The toughest thing that I said was, set like what to do. Like you feel like you walk around the gym and you're like, all right, you do a little of this, you do a little of that, you kind of stand around, maybe there's a line. Don't do that. Fitbod sets this up and helps you plan your workouts. Fitbod creates a personalized workout routine based on your goals, fitness level, and available equipment. Fitbod adapts as you improve, so each workout will be challenging and push you to make your progress. Fitbod tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout and keep up your momentum. Add Fitbod to your workout essentials. Join Fitbod today and get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app free at fitbod.com. I'm sorry, fitbod.me/debate. That's Fitbod, fitbod.me/debate, DEBATE, and go check it out. Let's go halftime, and then we'll open up the chat and a lot of Monday night with the free throws.
Get a curtain, put DraftKings announcements on it. This is bad pass. That's what we call bad pass.
Go, boys.
Rico blows, Rico wet. Can't happen. Weak link, Rico. Foot of the line, Rico.
Rico, I deal with this every week.
Can that take a ball if you throw it at it?
Hey, you can't set me up that I have to try to get 7 or something.
How durable is that screen? How durable is that screen?
We're gonna have to pause it at one point and be like, I have to hit 7.
How durable is that screen? Not durable.
Rico, did you see that one?
No, I didn't fuck Michelle Obama.
Wait, he didn't?
He's did it. He's arguing.
Did he say they did?
But being that angry over it makes it seem.
It sounds like he wanted to, but she wouldn't.
All right, so we opened up with that. Obviously, the chat is undefeated and ruthless.
Yeah. I want to ask you.
There's a million different things to go off.
Let's get into it though. Let's recap.
Yeah, all right.
You haven't got to recap it with us.
Yeah. So let's go from my personal output in general, and then kind of hit all the different topics.
Yes.
I can shoot. I can't shoot as well as everybody else. Very streaky.
Yeah.
Very streaky. I also really haven't shot in a long time and couldn't get in a rhythm. And you also got to, know the depth chart. Who should be – we got to hit this thing soon.
I didn't know Kirk had
yeah, 100%.
a shot like that.
100%.
That was the most impressive thing I've ever seen.
100%.
Shout out Kirk.
And also, Dan had to be in it, so let's keep Dan warm.
Yeah.
You know, I do – so he stays. Titus comes. The ringers come. Where are you going to go? You know what I mean? It was exhausting. I do think I was definitely cranky and whining a little bit the later it got. Kirk was getting a little annoyed at that. But, man, it was getting dark. Because I really, at a certain point, didn't – PFT kept being does anyone think we can't do it? And I just sat there, silently. Because I didn't. But I'm not going to go against the team. But it was nearly impossible to get done. Oh, wait. Real quick. Clem just texted me this. So I wrote the blog about Shaq's jersey.
Yes.
And how bad it was.
Yes.
Okay, real quick. Here's the explanation I received from the Magic about Shaq's number 2 jersey. The number font was chosen for the future consistency when the franchise retires numbers from different eras. That's dumb. Do Shaq's font, then do Dwight Howard's font. Then if you change it again, do the next guy's font. That's the whole point of the retired jerseys. They're a little different. Stupid.
So I'm just going to show your blog.
Show it real quick. All right, so that's what they went with, and then you can scroll down to Shaq's iconic font. As anybody who grew up in the 90s, scroll down a little bit more. They're going to have it. No, down a little bit more. Down a little bit more. Yep, that. That's the one. And then even crazier, on the back, there's maybe another one. Go down just a little bit. Yeah, okay, so the other iconic part is that they went blue font, black numbers. That's the way it should have been too. And I think it's so stupid. On the towels, they gave out the real one. They gave it out the way they should have done it.
Do you
Absolutely.
think it's it couldn't be a licensing. I was like,
no, they also never retired anybody's number. That's how it should be. They screwed that up. Anyway, yeah, definitely cranky.
You think he had a say in it? Was he consulted in it? Is there any?
Probably not. No, the organization. But if he should have been, I mean, he just didn't play in that jersey. And it's one of those where it's
My only thought is maybe there's some type of licensing thing with the font and they couldn't use it.
They were the team. What do you mean?
For graphics and stuff, if you're for us, for example, we have to buy the licensing for pictures and fonts now because we'll get sued if you just download it illegally from 10 years ago wasn't.
Yeah, but it was their font.
Yeah, you can license it. They might have licensed it, and this is just a hypothetical. They could have licensed that specific font for 10, 15 years, and then now that it's up, they can't monetize.
I guess that makes sense.
That's a theory.
Yeah.
That's
Who owns fonts?
Graphic design.
Really?
Designers. Yeah,
interesting. That seems like a market. But yeah, I thought the Magic absolutely blundered that disaster. All right. Anyway, so yeah, my performance is what it was. I was really just going at the chat.
Can I ask you something about your free throw routine?
Sure.
And I think this is what maybe caused some inconsistency. Your warm up, I don't know if you dribble, but you spin and then you go like this.
Well, no, I get it right from the get-go. It's here. I want to get my release point.
I think that's making a hitch. I think that's causing you to hitch, and that's what you're thinking about when you're going up. Because you don't release from here. You're releasing from right here. You kind of had a little Sean Marion thing. I think if you were just picking it up and going upright with it without kind of thinking, I think this was fucking you up. Because then when you're actually shooting, you weren't doing that. But I have
probably accurate.
I have a resolution for you.
Okay.
So next week we're gonna go to Swish House. So Swish House is a basketball themed
workout
class. The guy Paul who runs it, friend of Barstool, I've done it before. It's awesome. He's gonna give you a private workout. We're gonna critique your game, and he's gonna try to make you a premier free throw shooter.
All right. I'm worried about the endurance part of that.
Well,
it's been a while since I run through a practice.
He's gonna put you in a real high level practice, probably for the first half, and the second half will all be shooting mechanics.
Okay, I like that. I've never had work done like that with the shooters. I'm not a big fan of the trainer community some of them.
Paul's a good guy.
Fan of other guys. But no, the guys who know, because I think there's a lot of guys who don't know what they're doing. This guy obviously knows what he's doing, so we're in on that. That's a great idea. Marty's MVPs of the challenge, I think he nailed that. I'm somehow being graded as like a loser of it. I thought I did a good job of staying out of the way when guys were shooting. Maybe could have rebounded a little bit more. But Marty's MVPs, I think he gave out.
Yeah, so go to the rankings. 5, Pat Bev.
Agreed. I mean, his reaction to Mantis is all time. Just fucking all time.
How many times did Pat shoot? Because I was watching through the night and I woke up at
not like
I went to bed at like 1:30, then woke up again at 4
not a lot.
I think I only
like
saw
we
him
really
shoot once.
not a lot. Not like he was there for an hour and a half. So as much as you could in an hour and a half, it's not his fault.
Yeah, 100% not.
But dude, the reaction of him, like we were off camera, so you heard it, but we weren't like it wasn't zoomed in. I wish we were getting zoomed. That and then just Dave and when we were telling him, I was like, yeah, he's like deformed.
Yeah,
but Dave's like,
I didn't know if you knew. Obviously, you knew your mic was hot, but I guess they must have.
I knew it was deformed.
They boosted you guys.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, he's deformed.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he has a plate.
Well, Dave had his own mic, yeah, and then he's like, yeah, he's putting on his body. Like Pat was like, dude, I said to Pat privately, I don't think this got pulled out. I said, I go, Pat, what was the conversation tonight when Giannis was like, yeah, you want to go to dinner? You want to go here? And you were like, yo, I got to come to the circus. He's like, yeah. He's like, man, it was a wild scene. So, yeah, Pat Bev definitely an MVP. I think he gave out Titus and Tate.
4, he
did separately.
Rebounding 3, Titus and Tate. 2,
that's also crazy. That's become a duo again.
Yeah. That's wild.
Mantis, 100% an MVP. Who was the 4th? Oh, Titus and Tate were 4 and 3. That makes sense. Yeah, and then Kirk. Yeah, Kirk was dominant. That was unbelievable. Like, you know, there's nothing better. He's 50 years old, 48 years old, to like be able to shoot like that in a 45 and over league.
Does he have a
It's a home run.
background?
It's a dream.
Did
Yeah, he played in high school.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
he was good in high school.
He was money from the line.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who could just shoot.
Yeah.
You know, like he could definitely shoot. So,
But Mantis, like the hip shot is crazy. The fact that
bro,
he can get
it looks like he's shooting a bathtub every time. It's so much effort.
But it's wet.
But he makes it work. Yeah, it's crazy. And then him right away though, he's like flexing that he wants to shoot threes. And we're just like, Mantis, we don't need threes tonight. We don't need it. And like I'm like, Dave's like, yeah, I had to fire him. He shot too many threes. He would just go to the park, and that was his thing. Every video was basketball.
Was it aggravating watching that, like knowing that you weren't hot and seeing him like with this?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Broken form.
Definitely. And then the chat has a field day. Like Mantis is ahead of, like, yeah. I mean, he shot well. I couldn't get in a rhythm. I also was gonna. There's a lot of guys, so you're getting in guys' way. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I punted.
The punt was good though.
Punted the ball. I don't know. I'm a bad kicker. I had some bad issues with shoes that day. Did you see the yak challenge, the gauntlet?
I did see the yak.
Shoe kept coming off. That's how they wear them. Like they're coming off right now. I'm like fidgeting with them now. I think he gave out.
Yeah, so go to the ranking. 5, Pat Bev.
Agree.
My bad. Let's roll this back, Jason. My bad.
Nicky Smokes, I think, got his first like real experience. He was crying a few times. He's I like Nicky Smokes a lot.
Yeah, I've never met him, but he seems like a fun dude.
He's you know, he's still got a lot of growing up to do, but he's a good guy. Yeah.
That gave me Troops flashbacks because he used to just kick the fucking microphones during streams when he was angry. Now at least it was a
yeah. I'm not a good kicker, but we had that. We obviously had us versus the chat. You can run, I guess, that highlight, or did we already run that one?
No, we haven't. I have another one.
There's like an updated version of like.
I was looking for a supercut, but I didn't see it.
So there's one supercut. Yeah, no, there's a big supercut somewhere. I think that I quoted maybe. I said the chat won. Go to my timeline and pull that up. Did not fuck Michelle Obama. Definitely took a nap. I did not know that they caught me snoring on camera or audibly, but I just shut down. And the worst part was I kept waking up and being like delirious when I would hear sounds. So that was tough. We touched on Mantis, Pat Bev. Yeah, the eye mask. They originally gave me that. So
I have it right here.
All right, yeah, pull up the supercut.
Let's roll this supercut real quick. Don't full screen? Okay.
It's just brutal. This chat is brutal. It's just brutal.
I got paid $1 to say that, though. Shout out to you, Pasquale.
I did make a lot of money.
Pasquale, not a good guy.
I got a Pasquale on Staten Island I got fucking problems with. If it's fucking him, he's fucking dead. I'll tweet his fucking number right now. Thinks he's a fucking god? Motherfucker. He's part of the reason I don't know.
Rico keep using the women's ball. Rico Raponi. Rico.
1 second. We got a ball check here. Size 7 is a fucking men's ball. It's the last I'm gonna hear of it. That one's funny.
What was it?
What was that? The ball was the wrong size?
Yeah, they said women's ball. This was delirious.
I'm crossing my legs to hide my fucking micro boner. I don't have a fucking boner. I don't love dick.
Rico, did you see that one?
This is Michelle. I did not. It was one point Dave walks up to the thing and he's like, Rico did not do 9/11. Stop it.
Divert your eye. Well, you honestly deserved it.
No, somebody hit him with a hey Rico, suck this.
He's looking right at it.
Was there a total on how much super chat you got?
I don't know. I got a lot though.
Yep. There you go. Shut that chat up.
There wasn't much
Shut him up, Rico.
outside of me. Let me see this release.
See, it's below where you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to throw it.
I worked there.
Oh, there is no fucking line with this. Right. Fuck you, Dylan Klebold. Fuck you, scumbag.
Chief was a brick.
Well.
Well.
I didn't notice, man.
Love Chief, but.
Yeah, the chat's being pretty aggressive. Have you tried not looking at the chat?
Yeah, did you ever think of that?
Rico, I don't have my glasses. What is the chat saying now?
What would be a funny video?
Then they said Nick's got a hog. It was a good chat for Nick.
Like doing this again, but making you have to wear like the new VR goggles and putting the chat in the goggles. So
That
you
would
can't
be
escape
good.
it, and you just have to be encapsulated.
That
by
would be good. The
toxicity?
hitch in the shot, I think so. Yeah. But yeah, it was one of those like, I mean, Dave wanted to quit.
Yeah.
He wanted to quit. I definitely wanted to quit. I slept through the whole streak. I got woken up at the end from the noise. Nicky Smoke slept through the whole thing, and I think Hank slept through the whole thing. I slept from free throw 1 to 39 of that streak, and then got woken up when Big Cats roar. Knew something was up. Ran out there like go like this. I'm like, how many left? Because the way the countdown was, shout out Morgan and Morgan. I thought it was 10.
Yeah.
We had 10 left, so I'm like, we're getting worked up about 10, which would have been far. We struggled to get that far, but it was 1 because it was 1.0. But so that was a big factor. Speaking of Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals, making eating better every day easy. Wherever tomorrow takes you, be ready with pre-prepared, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. You'll have over 35 different options a week to choose from, including keto, calorie-smart, vegan, and veggie, and more. And there's even more to enjoy with over 55 nutrition-packed add-ons that help make your weekly meal planning even more delicious. What are you waiting for? Get started today and have a feel-good week of meals ready to go. 2-minute meals fuel up fast with Factor's restaurant-quality meals that are ready to heat and eat whenever you are. Snacks, smoothies, and more. Discover a wide variety of easy options for the entire day like breakfast, midday bites, and more. Sign up and save. We've done the math. Factor is less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious. No prep, no mess meals. Factor meals are 100% ready to heat and eat, so there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed. Head to factormeals.com/debate50 and use code debate50 to get 50% off. That's code debate50 at factormeals.com/debate50 to get 50% off. So we love Factor. Fourth quarter, Phil, how many you got?
3.
All right. Let's also touch on you maniacs. Jetski and you, Meek, came out with a video pitching Lisa Ann.
Yeah,
I saw the one clip that's going, kind of viral with her being like, you wouldn't last a second, looking at my eyes.
Yeah, we went on Out About maybe like a week and a half ago. They just pulled me and Phil and Tommy in. Lisa Ann, the beautiful queen, was there, and they made us pitch ourselves for a Valentine's Day date with her. And I guess we'll spoil it. Meek won.
Yeah, Phil, what was your pitch?
I told her she's a fantasy football woman, so I told her I won a fantasy football title. We were bragging about each other's teams, and we hit it off.
All right. That's romance with Phil, folks. Yeah, run that clip real quick, and then we'll go to the 3 calls.
Do you want me to run the clip, or should I run Phil's pitch?
Run Phil's pitch.
Okay.
Are you still interested in...
Hold on. We don't need to add. Hide this real quick. Okay. Another one. All right, we're just killing time for some Rumble ads because they didn't pay us specifically. All right, so I'm gonna go to the part where the whole thing kind of starts.
Okay, that's very interesting.
You guys just gonna stand right behind those cameras.
Beautiful.
No,
woman.
no, you just.
Phil, were you nervous?
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
you
just
can stay
line up
behind
so
me.
we'll see. This is one of Joey's top 5. Meek, Phil in the office.
Yeah.
Because Phil has a dumpy.
Well, he's quite. I like guys. I like unexpected guys. Like you don't know that he's got a fat ass, because you don't know like he doesn't seem like he'd be like dirty,
And that's
but
what you call it, a dumpy?
yeah. Oh,
All right. Oh, and you remember
the
Tommy
smoke show
Smalls?
himself.
Tommy and
Of
Lisa.
course, Tommy. One of my favorite follows on social. He always adds so much that you suck at the job.
Just let her peg
you
you.
just do the job interview.
Would you let her peg you or no?
Yes.
Hold on. We gotta go back.
Sinks. I'm getting as much hot water. I'm bringing you some hot towels. I'm bringing you some dry towels. I'm making it a spa experience. And every time I do it, I think about this is what it's like at the hand job places.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm going for. It's just a nice thing to do. Little essential oils, whatever. But
I just get bounty paper towels and then I wait for him to give it back to me so I can throw it out.
Whatever's closest on the
I have
ground
some
here, use
tissues
this.
next to my bed. I have some
tissues are
next
not
to my
going to be
bed.
enough. Like, it's just nice. Okay, well, Tommy, I'll consider this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Is
job,
your
Tommy.
apartment clean?
Yeah.
When it's not underwater. Tommy's apartment's been flooded for like.
It was flooded for about 3
I'm
months.
sorry.
Yeah,
Who'd you stay
terrible.
with in the meantime? You
I
stayed
just
there?
slept on
That
it.
sucks. That's not good for you.
Yeah, no, I know. I slept on a couch.
It's not.
Conversation
That's good
between
Phil.
Jets
But
and
he
Lisa.
fed me at least.
He did feed you. Tommy
Yeah.
fed you.
Both gotta eat.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. Tommy is very much BDE. I've been out with
Let's go now.
Phil.
Yes.
We just keep.
That was actually a peg question. This is Phil's
Ironically, I've never pegged anybody.
You haven't?
No.
Would you ever?
That'd be the first.
Why not? You know,
Yeah.
I never say never to
What
anything.
exactly is
So it's
that?
good.
Except children.
We'd have
Pegging
some
is-
extravagant food. I'd take you to Raising Cane's. I'd pay for the whole bill. Great food for us to have.
Okay.
Then I'd take you to my place, to my parents' house.
Oh
So,
wow.
I don't
Where
know
is
my
this?
parents.
In
In
the city?
Queens.
Okay.
So
Okay. We're getting on the train.
No, I'd order an Uber for
Oh,
us.
thank God.
It'd be like-
So horrified, you know.
A blade. Maybe we splurge on a blade.
I'd let you.
Ooh, good picture, man.
But first,
also,
let me-
two
oh.
families love that fucking guy.
First at the dinner. I'd show you my
Danielle's
fantasy
in my
football
football
team that won a championship. I'm an
What year?
This past season.
Fuck yes, we both championship winners.
Yes, sir.
That's a panty dropper right there.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
This is just
Yes.
some notes on my team. Before week 1,
Let's
I
do
picked
it.
up Puka Nakua before even right after the draft. Put John Mechie
That's
on
what I say when I
IR.
climb
Puka
it.
Suck his
Nakua,
dick
right
right
off
there,
waiver
what
wire.
I
knew
want
he was
to
good
hear
before he's even
Puka my
good.
Guess
Nakua.
what? I picked up Kyron Williams in the last round of almost every fucking
hitting it
draft
off. I
I
gotta tell you,
did,
they're hitting it
just so that I had a backup fucking running back because I knew Cam Akers' relationship was going to end with those Los Angeles Rams, as it did. There was a fight last year; they worked it out. Not going to end. And there, look, last pick.
Fuck, that's so hot.
You guys are hitting it off.
Also, in a championship round, Devontae Adams is my favorite fantasy football player of all time because he won a title with me back in 2019.
Holding on to the past.
And
He always does.
But he won a title with me this past year with, I think, 36 points versus the Colts. Just obliterated them. And he's my GOAT. So I just wanna say
Championship, I picked up Joe Flacco that morning. It was a super flex league. I put him in that quarterback spot. I'd been rocking with one.
So there's a lot more of this for
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
more minutes,
yeah.
But Phil really just hit her with the fantasy football knowledge, and I think
Of
it
course.
sealed the
Oh
deal.
man, listen, that's chemistry there. It feels like the two of them were going on a date. It'd be something.
To answer your question, pegging is when.
I don't know if I want the answer to this.
I'm
but
going to
yeah.
tell you. A woman wears a strap-on and enters the man.
Oh,
So yeah.
And you had to open a video, but that
that defeats the whole purpose.
Like
Like,
is
we're set up where
fluid.
we do the insert.
Yeah, some would say that. I guess.
Whatever.
I don't know.
But I guess you'd have to make sacrifices. If it meant then you could do the inserting, I could see there's a few women on that you would make the exception for. So shout out to Phil. At least it's one of his top 5. So there you go. All right, Phil, empty the clip.
All right, this guy's been waiting. Anthony from Brooklyn.
Anthony, you're on.
Well, hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
First of all, I want to say about that stream, that was awesome.
Thank
I had to
you.
wake up at 4 a.m. for snow removal.
Okay.
And I put it on right away. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I called a
And
couple
now
of
I
I
just
called
wanna-
a couple of guys when we were looking at ringers, and they were like, "Dude, you're still doing this shit?" Like they couldn't believe it. So
All right, so healthy debate. So I saw on Twitter that Chris Fowler was calling the Super Bowl, I think, in like some other countries with Dan Orlovsky. So I was like, wow. I was on like Twitter and I had a debate with someone. I said, Chris Fowler is the best commentator. He's my favorite. So then I said, my top 3 booths, broadcasting booths of all time. I want you to just say what's your favorite out of these 3, and maybe Meek, Phil, you could chime in. So I said, number 1, Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. Number 2, MSG, Mike Breen, and Walt Clyde Frazier. And number 3, Gary Cohen.
Yep.
Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, and Ron Darling.
Yeah, that might be.
Those 3, who do you think's the best?
It's a tough one, but it's Gary, Keith, and Ron.
Yeah.
Maybe because I've watched them the most, but you get a lesson of baseball with Keith. Ron Darling's obviously, their chemistry is unmatched. Gary Cohen's a massive fan. So, like, when they win, he's doing enough where he's rooting for the Mets, but he's not over the top like the White Sox guys. That's the GOAT. I was going to say others that stand out. Back in the day, Billis, Raftery, and Sean McDonough in that 6 overtime game were just as good as the overtime. Vern Lundquist and Gary Danielson were very good. Brent Musburger.
Well, if we're just going off college announcers, we got to throw Bill Walton in there somewhere.
Nah, him and Pash are entertaining, but they're not GOATs. They're not GOATs. I still like Buck, too, obviously. Buck and Aikman are pretty good. He's got a big game voice. I'm trying to think. There's a few that, like...
Well, Chris Fowler, I think, called the Super Bowl in, New
Yeah, I don't know. How did he call that? Why did he get to call that? Wouldn't they just use regular radio?
But I was like the New Zealand broadcast
That's
or
weird.
some other country.
Why didn't they just feed in the actual CBS radio?
Also, we got to talk about Tony Romo completely botched the Super Bowl call.
He sucks. He's terrible.
It was like Jim Nantz, Greg Cole, and Tony Romo rambled for like 40 seconds, ruining the moment. Like Joe Buck, he'll let the moment breathe, and people get on for being silent, but that's a lot better than just rambling about, oh, that's the play! That's corn dog, Jim!
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks.
Did you guys hear that Chris Fowler call?
No, I didn't actually.
The last touchdown? Yeah, look it up on Twitter. The way he said, Chiefs, touchdown. It was great.
Yeah, Fowler's really good. I like Fowler a lot. I don't like when you miss him early in the year for the tennis, but that's his thing. He loves tennis. So there's a few others I was thinking. But, yeah, Breen and Clyde are really good. Marv Albert back in the day was awesome. There's a lot of guys. But, Phil, give me the next one. That's a good call, Ant. Thanks for watching, too.
All right, see you guys.
Both streams.
Jason from Cedar Rapids wants to talk about Chris Holtman.
Okay.
Did I get the name wrong?
No, we just need a little volume.
It's up.
I know, it's probably him. Now we can. Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Chris Holtman got shit canned a couple hours ago. I wanted to get your take on that. Obviously, he got off to a pretty decent start there. It looks like things were turning around for Ohio State. But then obviously the last 2 years, not great. The first round exit a couple years ago. So do you think it's a good move? Do you think it was a time to let him go? And then who do you think that go after next?
I've seen a lot of names. Oates' name is out there. He's a Midwest guy. I know his name's out there. I don't see him leaving Alabama, especially with that buyout and the new facility coming and the fact that he's winning at Alabama. I've obviously seen Dusty May, Sean Miller. There's a lot of names out there. I think Ohio State's in a really, really good spot to win in the Big Ten. They've been better than overall. They've been like a pretty good program. Never like outstanding. Did make a championship game, obviously in 2007. A couple of Final Fours here and there in between. I felt like, or Elite Eights, like in the mix. But you can win there. They're going to get a lot of names. Dusty May. I also think it makes sense if you knew you weren't keeping him. I know it sucks to fire a guy mid-season. But fire him mid-season, and now you can work behind the scenes of who's going to take the job. You're the first crack. Other than DePaul, you're the first crack at who you can get. So I don't hate the hire. But, yes, I think a guy from a high mid-major, or a high major, I should say, everything I'm reading, will leave and could shock you that he would change it up to Ohio State. If not, you get a guy like Dusty May. Again, Sean Miller, they're floating notes his name. I don't see him leaving. But they got a lot of options out there. A lot of options. So it's going to be a crazy carousel for sure. You already got two big jobs available. Probably more to come. This is going to be an interesting carousel. I'm also hearing a few openings via retirement. We'll see what happens. But there's a lot of options here. Phil, give me the next one.
Dean from North Carolina.
It's the last one?
There's two more.
Perfect.
Hey, it's Dino from North Carolina here. How you doing, Rico?
Good. What's up?
I just want to talk a little bit of Ben Mintz, King of the South, and just talk a little bit Brandon Walker, that little bitch. Was drinking too much sweet tea and Chick-fil-A nuggets. His back gave out on him on the free throw competition.
That could happen to anybody. Me and Brandon are good. But, yeah, he didn't take a lot. I don't know how many makes he had. I thought he was a good shooter. He didn't take a lot. That's my knock on Brandon. Didn't take a lot.
I mean, I'm not trying to get any beefs here.
But Mintz standing in front of the camera was an all-timer. All-timer.
And talk it up.
Yeah,
So the
all-timer.
Nate Oates win a national championship.
Yeah, I sure hope so. They got to improve the defense a little bit, but it's nice we got a week off, work on some defense. Nobody can play with that offense, historic type offense. So, yeah, I think they're very, very good. Need a good draw. They're flirting with the 2 line. If they win the SEC, win out, maybe you're flirting with a 1. You obviously want to be a 1, depending on where the regions are, too. You don't want to be going to Boston to go to UConn. You don't want to be going to West to go play Arizona. You don't want to go to the Midwest to play Purdue. You want to be kind of down in that Southeast as a 1 or a 2, preferably a 1, kind of hosting it in de facto home game. So we'll see. I also saw some of the regional. I think the first round's in Memphis. That's a big deal for Alabama, not too far away. So we'll see. Defense has to improve. Offense is playing great. So we'll see. Phil, go ahead.
Last one, Dan and Newton.
Healthy debate, give you mush.
What's up?
We know that Free Throw Jesus was MVP. What do you think of the unsung hero going to Stephen Shea?
He did have a lot of rebounds, yeah, and didn't move for a long period of time. The passes were not what I liked. I didn't like the set up and routine chest pass. Just bounce it to a guy. That's how a ref would do it.
It would have bothered me.
But a lot of rebounds.
Sometimes he was calling out the shot.
That too. A lot of talking. But
do you think Coleman's grandmother gets lucky with the priest tonight?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. Thank you very much.
I'm not privy to that story arc, but
you got to be in the world,
get up
man.
on my
You got to be in the world. It's Ash Wednesday, so somebody's getting something tonight. All right, Jetski, give me the final word.
Okay, so the final word I kind of want to extrapolate off of what we did with Lisa Ann to a degree.
Sure.
I want our demographics mainly, college age to 30-year-old males. Let's do your perfect or ideal Valentine's Day date on a budget of $300.
Okay.
Now, if you're a 25-year-old.
All right, now I'm dating the girl, or it's a first date?
You've been dating for 4 months, so this is your first Valentine's Day together.
Okay.
So it's serious.
All right, first Valentine's Day together. All right, so the $300 budget does not include the gifts.
Includes, we'll say $300 everything.
Ooh.
Make it tough.
That is tough.
Okay, we'll do 4. 4 is a little bit more.
3. We'll do it 3. We'll do 3. All right, so I said this before. I think
you got to think there's a
you've been dating her for a while. Yeah, the first one, the scrapbook is going to cost you like $25.
Yep.
But you go all out. You do the captions. That's a sentimental, but that holds a lot of value.
Yes.
Man, it's hard to not blow the budget on the gift.
Flowers, dinner, gift.
You got to figure out what she.
No, you did the gift. Scrapbook's a gift, right?
Yeah, that's the gift,
but now you have flowers.
You got to get something hard. You can't just what do you get me for the first time? Maybe you go spend $150, $200 on a nice set of earrings, or just a charm bracelet. Maybe you make a Taylor Swift. Let's say she's a Taylor Swift, and you make a Taylor Swift charm bracelet.
Okay, so
that's not a lot. Maybe just go get earrings. But other than that, I'm going to the store and selling, hey, let's not go out. Maybe you live by yourself. We're going to estimate that. Hopefully, you don't have a bunch of ragtag roommates.
You're going to cook dinner.
You cook a nice dinner.
Okay.
Expensive bottle of wine. Put that as the high-end thing. Cook a heart-shaped thing around the table in your living room. More good things. Yeah. Flowers are you probably get an expensive part of flowers. That's another $75. So let's say $75 on that.
Get flowers from the grocery store. No one can tell. If you get them that day, get the
right in the vase. Yeah, you don't have to hand it to her. Right in the vase.
No one knows the difference of flowers.
CVS has good last-minute ones if ever you need that. I've done that going to a burial site every once in a while. And then on the TV, no game.
No game.
Music and pictures of you guys dating together as well.
Little Leon Bridges on it.
Exactly. So a lot of sentimental stuff is how you make it through.
I think the cooking at home is obviously the one that saves the budget, but you have to make sure you knock it out because if you cook at home and you don't
you got to be a good cook. Hey, you know what else? You use Factor. Use Factor. Cheat. Take the Factor, put it right on the plate. She can't tell.
Perfect.
Factor. Perfect. Shout out to Factor, FitBod, and obviously DraftKings. We got the picks tonight. Check it out. We've been dropping some. I feel like I've been dropping some knowledge in there with the stats today. I'll be interacting with a lot of people. UNC Greensboro, the Sharks, and Denver Nuggets. We got a 3-pack for you. So check it out. We'll be back tomorrow, probably on a road game. To be honest, gotta take care of something, but we'll figure it out. And see you on Rumble. Everybody loves Healthy Debate.